on the phone right now is the other man in my life. There's no other way to put it, I don't think. But Marshall Faulk joins us from an airport somewhere in the Midwest. Marshall, how are you?
I'm doing good, Suze. I am doing good. Happy to be on with you guys today.
But I'm missing you. The chair is just so empty when you're not here.
I know. Just duty called. I'm actually on my way back to St. Louis. So
what you got going on there, Marshall?
You know, when you make the call, you know what I'm saying, I come to ball.
I know you do, and that's the first call I always make. What you got going on in St. Louis?
Nothing, just visiting friends. Nothing special.
Nice.
That's it. Some old relationships back there. Obviously, the fan base is still there. Pissed off, but yeah, I enjoy going back.
What's your choice of snack in an airport, Marshall? What do you buy?
I try to get through the airport and not buy anything.
Oh,
that's a sleeper.
I try to get through the airport. I try to fall asleep on the plane and not eat the food. Because every time it's like, probably about 5 years ago, I started to notice I get off a plane and like my hands are swollen, my feet are swollen. I'm like, what is this? It's never used to happen to me. And then the doctor said, well, a lot of the food on the airplane and the airports, it contains a lot of salt. It's like, didn't think about that. So, you know, as you start getting older, you got to start worried about your salt intake and stuff like that.
I have trouble going by the Twizzlers. You know, like the big bag of Twizzlers. That's like my kryptonite.
Yeah, but you know, once you open those, you got to eat them all.
Yeah, you do.
They're not like now. They're not like now and later. It's like you got to eat them all.
No, and you don't want to get the flat ones because those are too skinny. You got to get the ones in the bag because they're fresher and they taste great.
I'm trying to get through this connection without buying anything. What are you doing here?
All right, I'm sorry.
What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me?
I'm just trying to hold your hand. I'm just trying to take that time with you. You know, experience what you're going through there, man. Marshall. You know, that's just how I roll. Marshall, we just heard from Sean McVay talking about Matthew Stafford and what's happening with the Rams right now. Do we think that this has become an issue? Do you think that Baker Mayfield is the future of the Rams?
What? Hey, listen. I think what they did and got Baker to play, and let me say this, man, what Baker did. I mean, we've seen quarterbacks who have been in systems not be able to come into a game and function, let alone what he did. So kudos to him. But I think Matthew Stafford is the future of the Rams. I mean, and here's the thing: let's not. We don't want to compare him to Tom Brady in the sense of how long Brady played, but quarterbacks are playing longer. They're playing later into their careers. Now, I know Matt Ryan is not making it look good, but quarterbacks, they get to play a little longer, and it'll be interesting to see what he does. That being, I understand the whole elbow thing in the offseason. I don't know if you guys forgot about that, but that was an issue. And we saw I saw some balls lacking velocity early in the year. And I don't know if it was because he was on a pitch count or maybe he wasn't ready. I don't know. But the Matthew Stafford who guided this team last year to win a Super Bowl, I don't think he's done. I think there's still a lot left in the tank.
Marshall Faulk here on the Rich Eisen Show. I guess when you hear spinal cord contusion, back-to-back concussions, young kids, a ring, psychologically, does it ever occur to a player playing at the highest level, I think I have a decision to make?
Yes. And you know what's funny is we were just talking about this. A lot of the young players, they don't have to negotiate with a lot of the things that we negotiated with. I mean, they're making a lot of money, they're secure, and you know, they're not thinking about being the greatest of all time. You know, this game to them is something that's going to change your family's trajectory. And if that's enough for you, then that's enough for you. You know, when you go back to whether it's Patrick Willis deciding to walk away, who's the linebacker in Carolina. I mean, watching emotionally, watching him walk away, Guys are starting to walk away a lot earlier. Guys are starting to say, okay, that's it for me. I'm fine. And Matthew Stafford could very well be there. But here's what I say. The quarterback position is a unique position. They should just have a red light on their helmet so when you touch them, it's a sack. They protect them so much. And if it's the one position you could play later in life and you're well protected, quarterback is it.
I want to flip over to the game that we watched last night, the San Francisco-Seattle game. Every single board after the game, Marshall, when they were referring to Christian McCaffrey, every single board was, except for Marshall Faulk. And then except for Marshall Faulk, you were all over that game last night as we watched Christian McCaffrey have a spectacular game. What do you see when you watch this kid play?
Just a lot of what I did, a lot of how I was used. Kyle is doing a great job at finding ways to get him the ball, not just allowing them to key on him as a runner. And he's a smart player. He's not taking, he gets the necessary yards, and he's not taking hits, understanding that he's a focal point of this offense. And we're watching him. You would think that he's been in camp with them the whole time. That's not even the case. This was a trait that happened not too long ago. But he's very astute. He and I, we have dialogue. We'll text back and forth, and he'll ask me things, and I'll check on him every once in a while.
He was really vocal about you reaching out to him and about him reaching out to you.
Yeah.
So what was that conversation like? What did you tell him?
Yeah, it's easy to have a good year. To sustain what he's been able to do, it requires not just the on-the-field preparation, but the off-the-field preparation, and having conversations just like I wanted, like how good they have it practice-wise, and where he has to find time to make sure that he take care of his body, because it's important if you're going to play as many plays as well. Let's say as he was playing in Carolina, now he has some people on the team with him. He doesn't have to carry it all by himself, but he's still getting the volume of touches. I just want to make sure that he's doing the right things. This is what a Ronnie Harmon, a Thurman Thomas, an Emmitt Smith. These are the things that they said to me. Like, hey man, I see you. You're a high volume guy. Make sure you do this, this, and this. And that's all I'm trying to do. Pay it forward.
You think that the 49ers can win the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy?
I'm gonna say yes. I mean, how can we not? When you look at what Kyle is doing, now the question is this here: Can Kyle Shanahan keep dialing up plays to get guys wide open? And the contested throws that he's making, the 50-50 balls the receivers are getting. Now, last night Diggs dropped a game-changing interception. He just dropped it, but it didn't rattle. It didn't rattle Purdy. And I'll tell you what I like about it. All right, here, and I'll be honest. That you can still win games with some good skilled players, some really good skilled players, and a good defense, and you don't have to pay $40 million for a quarterback. That's what it's saying. To a quarterback who hasn't proven himself, even more so.
It's got to have so many of these scouts just scratching their heads, right?
Oh no! It's they've taken the easy way. You have to have a franchise quarterback in order to fill some of these stadiums now. Listen, Purdy's not Purdy, but he's pretty darn good. He's like the kid is like really going into. I've played in Seattle. That environment is hostile. It is hostile. And what he did was amazing. Now, that defense is, I played against Ray Lewis when they were the best. I played against Warren Sapp when they were the best. Man, the talent that they have, the speed in which they play with, it is awesome to watch. And here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to put this out there already. If the NFL allow these owners and GMs to not offer D'Amico Ryans a job this year, it's a tragedy. It is a tragedy.
Yeah, I hear you. That's how we started the show. That's how we started the show, talking about just how incredible he is. Marshall, thank you for not letting me down. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for being here. And make sure that your tray tables are adjusted and in an upright position, please. Your seat. Make sure you tighten that seatbelt, please, and, have a safe flight.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.